glass case and break in case of war.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's keep those guys let's keep them over here on
Thank
a
God
leash.
that guy found jiu-jitsu too.
And that's
Give
why,
him an outlet.
Yes, and please understand that the base of our republic also is that we have civilian control of a military. And that was a huge, in the election between, I think, Madison and Jefferson, the idea was it Madison or was it Adams? I can't remember. But in the election was, should we have a standing army? Because traditionally, in a republic, if you had a standing army, a very charismatic general like Napoleon would take over the army and take over the country. So that was a huge thing. James Madison was a genius at figuring out how to limit that. And he said, checks and balances, but you have to have civilian government in control of the military because military people arrive at military solutions.
Yeah.
Fucking really important, man. Really important. You don't want to don't let guys like John McPhee, you need him in war.
Right.
But God bless. But let's just,
Well, you've had Eric Prince on your podcast, right?
Very smart guy. Have you had him on?
No, I haven't.
Man, I really enjoyed having him on.
He was another guy who was talking about like what to do with Africa, and I was like, Jesus.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He used the word viceroy, and he did it on purpose. It's like But Eric comes from a position of how to solve problems.
Yeah.
When he was talking about Gaza, he said we have the ability to frack. What that means is we can drill sideways. He said you could have filled those tunnels with seawater instead of bombing the shit out of 70% of it and killing all those people. You could have flooded those fuckers out because you drill. And now I don't know if this is true. I don't know anything about fracking, but he does. And he said you could have drilled fucking this way. Take the Mediterranean, fill all those tunnels with seawater, and they would have had to come up, and you would have been just fine. And just position people, when they come out of the water.
Why didn't they choose that?
A good question. The same reason that in Afghanistan they had an oil reserve there in Afghanistan that was well capped by the Soviets. Well capped. We could have taken that cap off, and that oil, they had enough oil to not only fuel the entire country, but the whole war effort right there for about 9 cents a gallon. But instead, we would get our oil from Saudi Arabia, etc., and have to ship it through Pakistan with all the roadblocks. So it was about $900 a gallon or some crazy shit. He was on my thing talking about it.
It says he presented a plan to do it. It says blocked by the Pentagon.
Let's hear this. Put your headphones
Eric's
on.
a smart dude.
Provided the Israelis a fully funded, donated ability to flood Gaza with water, with seawater, to flood the 300 miles of tunnels blocked by the Pentagon. Our stuff isn't working that well in Ukraine. The Navy has been ineffective in Yemen. U.S. has given very bad advice, very mixed advice in Gaza, preventing the Israelis from finishing it, or even preventing from ending that war in a clever way.
Yeah, he's very smart, and Eric is he's a problem solver. You can say whatever you want about him, but I really enjoy. He's a very smart guy, and I know people that work with him and for him. And
well, if the shit goes down, you need people like that. You need people that know how to solve problems.
Yeah, yeah, but also
you can't have some overweight lesbian that says that if you're trapped in the building, you already made a mistake. You already fucked up. You need me to carry you.
Is that really what she said?
You want to hear it?
Yeah, I do. Let me hear it.
Jamie, you could probably find it, right?
Just so you can outrage me and give me more energy.
I certainly have it in here. I know I can find it if you just give me a moment. It's so ridiculous. You hear her say it, you're like, what are you even saying? Here it is. I found it.
It's not AI, right?
No. Here, Jamie.
This AI shit's getting crazy. I've had to call you and
know.
ask you. I called you. I was like, is this AI?
It's really
You're
hard
like,
to tell.
it's-
Here, headphones on again because you're going to have to hear it because it's so crazy. It's so ridiculous.
House, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's helpful.
That is such a crazy way to look at things. The correct answer is no, I cannot, but I can do other things.
Right.
Yeah, and we are going to need people that can carry people out of buildings because that is a part of the job.
Yeah.
It's not he got himself
Only
in a
if you
bad
want to save
situation.
lives.
Yeah.
But again, this is
But they don't